He's gonna be a little bitch. Oh, okay.
I did hit record.
Dude, I was watching this thing like, what is it, fucking lemurs or something? That whole
the Disney movie or whatever.
That's just generally the two characters in Madagascar.
Oh yeah, okay. But have you ever seen a fucking lemur? They're like stuff of nightmares.
Are they really?
Yeah, dude. Look up
Have
like
you
that.
seen one
Look
in
up,
person?
Look up the nocturnal lemur. Yeah, dude, they have some in the zoo.
Do they do here in Houston?
I don't know.
What was that show that they had on like
I've been to a zoo before and I saw lemurs. I don't know
if
what.
y'all grew up with it, but there was this like show. It was on Channel 8, like every weekend. I think it was on Saturday or something, and it had the lemur. I thought
Zaboomafoo?
Zaboomafoo, man.
Zaboomafoo.
I remember that. That was the shit back then, man. Every single time it was like a Friday or a Saturday, I would get up just for that show.
It had like a weird like
Zaboomafoo.
They had like the Zaboomafoo video game on like the
Zaboomafoo?
library computers in like middle.
Sounds awful.
It was like a click thing where you just click and it told you like koalas eat 10 things of whatever a day.
We had
It was
Math
gay, it was
Blaster,
dumb.
man.
You had what?
Math Blaster.
I remember Math
Yeah,
Blaster.
you had to like solve these simple equations and then fly through the answer or some shit like that.
Yeah, it
Oh,
sucked.
yeah.
And you had to
that.
shoot the answers at the end. It's like beep beep beep.
Yeah, I remember that.
Dude, that was it. That is still one of the greatest games of all time.
Played that. It was
I
interesting.
think they got phased out when I was in like 4th grade, so Tyler was like 32, I think, at that point. Right, Tyler? 34 maybe?
They didn't have computers then.
When I was in 4th grade, they did.
They didn't. Computers are a recent invention.
Oh, that's right. They didn't come out until 2012.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm kind of mixed up on our history. What is going on?
I'm just really spaced out right now, so I'm just kind of like I'm hoping that someone else will have words.
You want me to pick up the slack for you? All you had to do is say it, dude. All you had to do is say it.
Dude, I've listened to a lot of the podcasts, and you're kind of like the shittiest person on here.
No, dude, I pick up the slack all the time.
Okay, let's see. Let's see you pick up the slack. Go ahead.
Great job, Josh.
Back with the Buddy Boys podcast. We're here with our
No, you can't just
reoccurring
introduce us and
guest.
pretend like that's something.
Sam. He's back.
That is
He's
not
gone
a topic.
this week. Hey, it's important for the listeners to know.
All right.
Shay's dead.
To us.
To us and to the world.
No, just to us.
No, he's 6 feet below.
To us.
Is that where Arkansas is?
Yeah, that's where
6
Arkansas
feet,
is.
feet below.
We live on a high altitude here in Houston.
I've heard so many rumors about the amount of redneck incest that goes on in Arkansas. Awful.
Redneck.
Oh, yeah,
So
the
many.
rape cest and hey, buddy.
They have to build little mole villages 6 feet underground, and that's where Shay is right now.
I've heard there's a lot of weird shit that goes on in Arkansas.
Visiting the mole people and all the incestual mole people.
It's starting to sound like Gears of War.
Yeah. Gears of War, a little
Mole
bit of,
people.
it's imagine Gears of War and Fallout like mixed together.
There you go.
Yeah,
man.
Gears
of
Welcome to
Fallout.
Arkansas.
That's Arkansas. Play those two games. You
We'll
understand.
storm the beaches of Normandy. Fuck that, man. I stormed the beaches of my sister last night. Welcome to Arkansas.
I think Sam's picking up the slack on this one. Oh, man.
Damn. Yeah, no, I would never visit Arkansas.
Did you visit Kansas?
Kansas? You know what? Maybe.
Dude, they're so fucked up in Kansas that
I'm pretty
the
sure there's
nuclear
nothing in
mutation they would
Kansas.
get would make them normal.
Nothing. Bro, that's where my parents live right now. There's nothing in Kansas. They want me to come like visit them for like Thanksgiving.
I'm
My
sure
dad
there's like a good few views though.
We got a
Like,
Taco
you could
Bell.
probably like, you know, if you're snapping pictures and shit, like
You can
why
see
not?
the curvature of the earth if you stand
You
here.
could at least say, "Hey, I've been to the shittiest part of the earth. I went to Kansas last summer."
Don't worry, I beep all the hot terminology out.
Beep beep
Beep beep beep. That's how we beep it out.
beep beep beep. Get a pig.
It's Texas. It's illegal. We can't talk about it. We can talk about it, but we can't talk about doing it.
What's in Texas?
No, we don't. Never in my life. I've never even seen a marijuana. Ever.
What would happen? I feel like you would die if you took.
Did you just use marijuana? as
If
a
you
single
drink,
form?
if you drink one dose of marijuana,
You inject a marijuana, you will become
Yeah, and it's a slippery slope. Next thing you're doing, crystal meth, doing blowjobs on the corner.
You saying this from experience,
Then you're
Tyler?
moving to California and
Oh.
voting for Bernie Sanders. That's what happens when you do the marijuana.
So you are speaking from experience.
Wow, you could actually, I don't know, man. I mean, you could probably, become a stripper and then, endorse your rap career with all the money you're making while shaking
Hey,
your
strippers
tits.
make a bunch
My
of
rap
money.
career.
Yeah.
Strippers make good
Yeah.
money, dude. If I was a girl, I would be a stripper.
Dude,
I'm
Kanye's
sure everybody
rich,
on this
man.
podcast kind of knows the reference. I'm
Kanye's got a
talking
lot
about.
of money. So, yeah, no doubt there.
Who else had became a stripper and then made a rap career out of it?
Kanye West.
Pusha T.
Damn right, man.
Drake.
Damn right.
Drake. actually, that one's believable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
that was
definitely
believable.
make money moves.
Oh,
shit. Yeah,
coming
okay,
in
so,
with the zingers.
if y'all like listen to the last podcast I was on, I think I
You were still
said
with her.
something about my girlfriend on the podcast. Yeah, we're no longer together. So
Was it because
I'm a
of the
single
podcast?
man.
Oh,
It's
hey, his
ladies.
birthday's coming
Liz-
up, ladies.
The
Hey,
two
my
lady
birthday's
listeners we
coming up.
got, he's single now.
Oh shit.
Oh, man.
That is definitely inaccurate, but yeah.
You don't have to
I
deny it.
guess.
It's okay.
That's
Jesus.
in the realm of accuracy is what
I
he
feel like
meant.
maybe we should get him a mic. We have a fourth mic.
Yeah, fuck it. Plug it
Yeah,
in.
let's pause it and
Plug it
I'll
in.
get
No,
him
don't
on.
pause it. Fuck it. You can do
I'm
this.
just gonna- No.
You a cop.
Aren't you guys supposed to do like some type of intro or some shit? I
Nope.
feel like that
You
would-
a cop.
Not at all. That was the intro.
He's a cap.
We do cold opens on this show.
You
That's
a
pretty
cap.
interesting. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
we have theme music too.
No, we don't.
Yes. Do you want to sing it for me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tyler, why don't you go ahead and sing
It's
it?
like bum ba dum bum ba dum.
Someone say.
No, don't you dare fucking
Is
do that. That bit is
that
done.
Indiana Jones?
We killed it 3 episodes in, and I
Written
don't
by
want
John
you to
Williams.
fucking
Okay,
sing.
well, I'm out.
It's my favorite song from Indiana Jones by John
Yeah.
Williams, dude. It's
Da-da-da-da-da.
my favorite Beethoven symphony, bro.
Jesus.
That bit's dead too. No,
That was a
no
great bit.
resuscitating dead bits. They're
No,
done.
what?
No resuscitating dead bits.
Pretty sure you didn't say that right the first.
Yeah, I don't think you said that
I
right.
said the same thing. Check
No,
the
you
tapes.
said resuscitating.
Check the tapes, you bitch. You were talking over me. How do you know what I said?
That's why I asked you what, because
Yeah,
I
and I
thought
said
you said.
and I said the same thing.
I think you're just dyslexic.
I think you're dyslexic. I
I'm
think
not
you're
dyslexic.
hearing dyslexic.
I
Where you
think
just
he
hear
might
the
just
wrong
be
things.
brain dead. Maybe we need to resuscitate him.
Hey, you know good news?
There you go. Someone said it right.
You gotta resuscitate my brain. But hey, you know the good news is officially yesterday Josh came out of the closet. Like he's open. Everyone's cool with it.
Josh, I
Good for
see
you,
you
man. Good
shaking
for you.
your head no over
You
there.
back in the closet? Oh, he was
Back
so
in the
happy
closet now.
yesterday.
That's fucked up. Do you know how many listeners?
Let's do it. Just a
Okay,
minute.
dude.
Just
Yeah,
look.
just say it.
I'll give
Fuck, bro.
I'll give
No,
you.
you get fucked, Josh.
I will give you $100 if you can supply
I saw
proof
the-
that you
I
are.
know you
I
don't
saw
have
the
$100.
full size
You're
adult
homosexual.
carrots in your fridge, Josh. I
Look,
know.
man, both
I know what
genders
you're
have
doing.
Dude,
assholes,
trying to
man.
prove
Both
my
genders
case.
have assholes. It's perfectly fine. Like, see, think about it. If you're getting head, does it matter if it's a guy or a girl?
No.
No, because a mouth is a mouth, man.
I,
So y'all are all gay.
I'm
No,
not.
dude, let's get about getting
I
your dick
disagree with everything
There's
this man
nothing
is
gay.
saying.
There's
Yeah,
nothing
dude.
gay about that.
That is,
I think
yeah,
that's
no.
the definition of gay, getting
I
your
think
dick
it
sucked by
depends
a
on
man.
what you
You're
got
saying, you're saying
hanging
that you're
between
gay
your
because you've gotten your
legs.
dick sucked in your life, or have you never gotten your dick sucked in your life?
Got my dick sucked by women.
So you're gay.
Yeah,
Because
then
you
you're
just
gay.
said you're gay if you get your dick sucked.
No, that's what you said.
No.
No, you said it's gay. See, I think it's perfectly straight to get your dick sucked. There's nothing wrong with getting your dick sucked, dude.
You said you was gay.
It's fine. You can get your dick sucked all you want, dude.
You
I
can
just- Doesn't matter, like,
I
if they
think
have
it
tits or
depends
not.
on what's hanging between, the legs.
Sucker's legs.
No, it doesn't matter, 'cause-
No, because you're in their mouth, not their legs, man. You're
Have
not
you ever
getting
used a
it out.
glory hole before?
Well, what?
Have you ever used a glory hole before? Do you know what's on the other side? Doesn't matter.
Dude,
It's
no.
probably a woman. Just imagine.
No.
Hey, use your imagination, dude.
I'd
Guys, but
rather
whenever you
not,
really think about it, I'd probably rather get my
Food
dick sucked by a man
being
because they know what it
digested.
feels like, so they're probably better at it.
because that's legitimately
Fair.
what's happening behind a glory hole is that someone's food is being digested, and by God, you better hope that they did not they're not about to take a shit, because if that happens, you're fucked.
With your
But
dick
you're not
through in a
inside of
glory
their
hole?
ass, Sam. You're in their mouth, so it's
Yeah,
okay.
you're in-
I thought y'all were talking about buttholes, man. I thought glory hole.
Dude,
I
I
thought
think
y'all
Sam
were
just
talking
came
about
out of the
treasure
closet. I
chest.
think that's what just happened.
Room, and you cut a little hole, and then you stick your dick
Oh,
through
there
it.
you go. Okay.
Between the stalls.
All right. Well,
What did you think it was?
I thought y'all were talking about an anus,
like-
dude. I thought y'all were like, hey, yeah, let's talk about asses, like buttholes on podcasts.
Yeah,
It
do
wouldn't be the first time, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Sam calls his ass a glory hole because he really never knows who's behind it. So
Just like Buddy.
Oh,
Buddy's just
Buddy's
leave him alone.
Buddy's a slut.
yeah.
He's doing his thing.
I'm hoping we'll put him down soon.
He tried to put him down last night.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
stopped
you hurt
me.
his
last
fucking
week on
feelings
the
bad,
show.
didn't you?
They stopped me.
Asshole.
What? I don't care if I hurt a dog's feeling. He doesn't have
That's-
feelings.
Why you gotta put a dog
It's like
down
one
that?
step above like bacteria or plants. Like
Just one step.
it
Just one
goes,
step.
it goes like basic, primitive, no brain, no intelligence, buddy.
Donald Trump type of people. Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Then Donald Trump type of people, and then like
Are you
maybe,
sure? I don't classify Donald Trump
maybe
above
rodents.
a
No,
dog.
honestly, I classify him below
No,
bacteria. 'Cause
I-
sometimes bacteria does good things, man.
Yeah.
You need bacteria to digest your food, you know.
But they don't
Bacteria,
have- they don't
bacteria
have
makes
reasoning.
alcohol. All alcohol is made with bacteria.
Even Donald Trump didn't break his neck trying to get an empty box of Cheez-Its. Now, if that happens, then I will put him lower than Buddy.
You
Yeah,
say-
Buddy, I had like in my old apartment, I had a box of Cheez-Its on like the bar. It was similar to
This
this.
is a real thing.
And I
His
had a
dog
chair.
is that much
it
of
was
a moron.
empty. I'd eaten it, and I'd left the chair like up next to the bar, and he like climbed up on the chair and grabbed the box of Cheez-Its, and I guess he fell on his way down and hurt his neck because the next day like he wouldn't like get up, he wouldn't move or anything. So I had to take him to the hospital, and they were like, he like twisted.
Because your
Well,
dog's retarded.
I mean, all I know is that the more like
The more
lack
retarded
of,
the dog, the more retarded shit it does.
Mm.
Like go after an empty Cheez-Its box and almost breaks its
Well,
neck.
I mean, what I'm saying is like Stephen Hawking was like a genius, right?
Oh, that's true.
And he
It's true. He couldn't talk,
fucking
just
do
like
shit.
Tyler.
Yeah. So I think like the less movement you have of your body or function, I think the more intelligent you get, because all you can fucking do is just sit there and read
Was
shit.
was Hawking a genius, or did he just have a computer spouting smart shit for him? Like, is there
Dude,
any
that's
proof
a
that-
real-
Googling everything.
Very much a
That's some
possibility.
Terminator shit that you're talking about.
like the
right now.
computer gained sentience and was just like,
Sentience.
and was just like,
Wait. Sentience. So he was knighted as a priest.
that's not how the.
Is that what
That's
you're
not
talking about?
what.
That's
Sentience.
definitely not what sentience is at all.
I think it's what that is.
I'm looking it up.
I think
Let's
he
do it.
means-
Sainthood? You mean sainthood?
Well, he
And
means
even
a
sainthood,
sentient-
even sainthood. Saints aren't priests, man.
I think
You have to die to be a
sentience
saint.
is what I was
Josh,
talking about.
Josh, here's the thing about English. There's no incorrect way to pronounce something. If you
there
know,
is an incorrect
Yeah,
way
that's
to
bullshit.
no,
pronounce.
actually, philosophers have written papers on this. If you understand what I mean, then it's not wrong.
Nope, it's wrong.
It's like the difference between niche and nick.
All right, I hate
Nope,
to
it's
make y'all
wrong.
sound way dumber than what it has to be, but
I'm
sentience
always
isn't
googling
even,
everything like a dumbass. Oh my god.
Sentience isn't even a word. It's sentience.
Of course, it's not a word. That's the whole
Sentience.
point of this.
Point. Charlie was trying to say sentience, and he said sentience.
I said sentience.
It's okay.
Check
Sam
the
needs
tapes.
Google. Sam needs Google, so he
Of course,
can
we all
actually.
need Google.
yeah,
You
can
need
actually
Google
go
to
about his life.
understand that I just said a word and used a wrong vowel. Anyways,
You used it wrong, like half the word.
the moral of the story
A
is,
sentient being.
It
yeah,
was just
that's what happens when AI gets
Sentient.
intelligence. It gets sentience,
Sentience, guys.
and when it's
on
religious, it
Netflix,
has to be a
Boondock
religious.
Saints.
It has to be a religious robot with intelligence.
Boondock
gets-
Saints is back on Netflix. There you go. Sentient, all you want. There you go, man. Fuck it.
But what we're talking about,
that's gonna be the name of this episode, dude. That's so funny.
there is no wrong way of saying any word.
I think there is.
I think there is.
All language is made up. All of it.
That's very
Every
true. I agree
fucking
with
word in existence is made up. There is no wrong way to say a word. When a caveman was like, bird, another caveman didn't go, actually, that's a raptor. No, they were just like, okay, yeah, that's a fucking bird, okay?
Yeah,
and
because
how's
they
it
didn't-
spelled? B-E-R-D. It doesn't matter.
Because they
100
didn't-
years later, it became B-I-R-D or B-R-D or who gives a shit?
Because they didn't have a standard based off thousands of years of writing
Yeah,
and
but-
labeling.
Yeah,
If
but
that's
writing
true-
isn't actually pronunciation. Whenever you read a book,
Well,
it's not pronounced any certain
We
way.
get a new
Okay,
word
I gotta-
we
I
get new
gotta
words
say-
every fucking couple years. Like we get like 30 new words.
Yeah, that's from popularity of the word. That's
Yeah.
from it being noticed.
It's like
But
memes. Sam,
you're
technically the
saying,
technical
like,
word to
some
say
random
memes
ass
is
shit
meme.
like a crack addict on a fucking subway. It's not like people are like, yeah, I fucking understand this, dude. I click with you, bro. Let's go smoke some crack.
If
Like,
someone
that's
did
not
get
how
it-
that shit
there.
works. It's like, okay, get the
Sam,
fuck away
technically,
from me.
technically, that could be his own crackhead dialect. All the crackheads might speak in that specific
yeah.
dialect. So he's saying it
Therefore,
properly
in the
his
crackhead
dialect.
dictionary, those are valid words in the
Yeah, exactly.
Webster's crackhead dictionary.
Webster's crackhead dictionary.
You should understand that there's a lot
You
more
speak
to the English.
crack,
There's a lot
cracking.
more
The
subtle.
Webster's crackhead dictionary is only found in subways. It's a actual dictionary that they use to wipe their ass every once in a while. You know.
both
Subway,
the
the restaurant,
sandwich
too, by the
and
way.
the actual place, Subway.
Yeah,
Subway
we're
is
talking about the
True, there
restaurant.
are a lot
You
of
can go
homeless
to
people
New
in
York,
both types
and you
of
can go to
subways.
your nearest Subway near you.
It's a hominin.
Learn crackhead.
Yep, $5 foot longs with crackhead ratings.
That's our vocabulary word for the day, Josh. Hominin.
Homonym?
Hominin.
Hominid?
Hominin.
Do you not know how to say fucking
Hominin.
English words?
Hey,
and you
hey!
make fun of me?
Apparently, every fucking word works,
Yeah,
doesn't
every
it?
word. I pronounced it right.
Apparently,
Fuck you.
every word works.
I will.
It's
I
actually
agree.
technically pronounced word.
Yeah, word.
W-E-R-D, word.
Word.
All right.
That's how you pronounce it. And true old English.
And now, this is probably the part of the podcast where everything's just not going to make sense anymore because we're going to start saying some random ass mumble jumbo.
And yeah,
People
we're
are
just
gonna
gonna
be
have
like,
to
"What
roll
the
with it because
fuck?"
none of us can be like, "What did you say?"
Yeah.
We just have to understand it. Thanks,
Yeah.
Tyler.
That doesn't matter. That's what we already do.
That's how you doodle it, man.
That's what we already. Everyone's just saying random ass garbage, and we're all just pretending we know what we're talking about because we're trying to get people to laugh.
And then
Tyler, you
Sam
should be
pulls
a
out
And
the
philosophy
eventually,
philosophy
Josh says
teacher.
the N word, and then we all sigh for a couple minutes, and then we move on.
I haven't said the N word in a few episodes.
That's why we restarted the podcast in the first place, dude. We started dropping N-bombs. It was really
I was just
uncomfortable.
blatantly blasting N bombs.
Oh God, it was like that guy from Seinfeld, his stand-up bit.
Jerry.
Yeah, it was.
Seinfeld?
I don't know. I've never watched the show.
Wait,
It's like-
aren't you like
The
40 years
actual
old?
fuck
Like,
just happened.
902.
Did you?
yeah.
You forgot who Jerry Seinfeld was, but you remember this show.
No, I remember.
Seinfeld.
I
literally named after him.
No,
Blasting N words
Yeah.
on stage.
I've never seen his show or his
So that's where
stand-up.
his mind went first. The N word.
Well, because that's what we were fucking talking about.
I think it's because you like to say the N word.
I've never said it.
Nope, I have audio recording of
No,
it.
you don't.
Yes, I do.
You put your voice over me that one fucking time.
You're white. I'm
And-
assuming at some point in time you just got really mad at somebody in traffic
And-
and was like, "God damn it, that." Say it.
Say it, Tyler. Finish
And
that sentence.
One
finish
time,
the sentence.
one time I
This is a
said,
Mad Lib. It's a new Mad Lib.
I said Nick, and he bleeped out everything but the N,
Oh,
and
now I'm
so
gonna
it
do
sounded
it.
like I said it. That's why I said it really slowly to make it really
I know, It's
hard.
gonna be so easy for me to just cut it out after the I and just make it sound like the N word.
But I would say that they're a Nick enthusiast. That person who cut me off.
Watch it get bleeped out again.
I would call them enthusiasts.
N-I-C-K-E-L-B-A-C-K. I don't know how to spell nickel. God damn it.
Tyler, you
That's
poor
never
kid.
come up in my academic research.
No, Tyler's like 290 years old.
Atomic weight, whatever, and then the back of it.
What?
Yeah, that's how you say nickel.
Atomic weight?
Yeah, that has an atomic weight.
Oh,
And,
you mean like yeah,
43
you mean like
or
on the
some shit like
elemental
that.
scale. I thought you meant you were saying
That way
that
the scientists out there know I'm not
I
racist.
thought you were saying you spell Nickelback A-U-T-O-M-I-C, and I was like, what is happening?
Atomic. So you don't know how to say it.
You and you in there. Hey,
A-U-T-O-M-I-C.
fuck you. I can say it if I want to. I
Yeah.
pronounced it right.
You
Fuck
just
you.
criticized.
Yeah, fuck you, Tyler.
I did not.
Yeah, you did.
I did not
I
comment.
have it on audio right
I did
here.
not comment on your pronunciation. I commented on your spelling of it.
Doesn't matter. I've still pronounced it right.
So
Yeah,
if you,
so
so
you
if
did
you don't
pronounce it
pronounce
right.
something right, that's okay. But if you spell it wrong, that's not okay.
Because there's no way to like understand if it's spelled incorrectly that it means the same.
You understood what I said,
No,
right?
you do it by enunciating it. You know,
No,
like,
'cause
see,
you
when
said
people say
atomic.
dough, like so, dough has like 4 extra letters in it.
If
that
someone
don't need
texts
to
me
be there.
THO, I don't know what they're saying.
I just do DOE.
Tyler's just
you know,
dumb.
like, dumb.
Tyler's just.
I guess maybe that's how Stephen Hawking's computer worked, man. Like he would just moan into the computer and spell out the words properly for him.
Maybe
It's
he
like,
was just saying,
"You
I'm in
fucked my
excruciating
wife."
pain. I'm in excruciating pain. Please kill me. And he's like, Hawking radiation is the leaching of energy off of a black hole. And he's like, please kill me. Please kill me. Eventually, the black hole will cease to exist.
Except it sounded more like. That's how Steven.
No, we retired that.
Oh, we retired that bit?
Yeah, we retired that.
Man. No one told me that. What the fuck is this guy's face doing?
He's surprised that he's seen something. They're actors, dude.
Yeah, he just saw some girl and she
They're
had a
kabuki
fat ass.
actors.
Kabuki?
Kabuki.
They're kombucha actors?
Kombucha actors. Isn't it kabuki or is it kombukai? What is it?
Cobra Kai?
I know they say
You're
it
getting
on.
close to some really dangerous Japanese.
Yeah, you're
words
getting
there,
real
man.
close to some.
Really,
You just keep saying the
weird.
N word over and over in Japanese and you don't even know it.
Yeah.
That happens.
So, like,
It's a type
one-
of theater they do.
One Asian guy listening to this, one guy from Japan just laughing his ass
He's the
off.
only
You
black
assume
Japanese
because
guy,
he's
too.
Japanese,
about
he'd be
to-
offended by it.
I don't know, man.
No, he's the one black guy in Japan. He's
The
the
He's the
One
one
black
black guy in Japan.
They don't let them in.
He's like,
He
yo,
never- he
these
never goes outside
kombukas
his
are
house.
hilarious.
He never goes outside of his house. He just has 1,000
We call 'em
computers, and that's
kombukas
all of
over
your
here.
listeners right there. He listens to the podcast 1,000 times. Like, that's all of your listeners. He has like literally several computers just for the point to feed y'all's ego,
Because
so
I
he can
say
feel
the
not
N word
alone.
in so many different languages,
So-
he's learning.
If we know
Yeah.
if we see Josh has been killed by a samurai sword, we know who did it.
The one black guy in
The
Japan.
one black guy in Japan.
One black guy they let into Japan.
Maybe one of his crazy exes. You never fucking know.
Well, you know why they let him in Japan is so he could play.
Affirmative action, right.
He could play the role of Godzilla.
Oh,
You
in
know,
the
that
live
Makes
action
absolutely
movie.
no fucking sense.
They put him in the costume, and then he's big, and he can
That's
smash buildings.
Yeah, he probably already feels like Godzilla just walking around Japan, tripping over everyone.
Isn't Godzilla like Chinese made, but then they like put it in
That's
Japanese?
racist, Sam.
That's
film?
racist, dude. Just
Very
because they
racist.
both speak Asian.
You
No,
assume
no. I
just
think
because-
I'm
You assume
pretty
because
sure.
Godzilla is Japanese that he is made in China.
I don't know.
No, I assume that because everything's made in China.
In
No,
his head right now, he's just thinking all those.
I'm
guys.
I'm pretty certain he is Japanese because China has China did all like the martial arts stuff, right?
Yeah, they did most of the kung fu stuff.
So did. I mean,
Yeah,
Japan does, like,
did
karate
some,
shit.
like,
Yeah, but Japan didn't really get into that until like
Yeah, they were big on the whole anime
So like
thing.
Tom
and
Cruise was like, "Yeah, put me in a fucking samurai uniform, man. Let's go ham." And then there you go. The
That
last
was a
samurai
good-ass
was
movie,
apparently a white guy.
That was a good.
white guy.
Yeah,
The
there you
last
go.
of the Mexicans, white guy. The last
Mexicans are
Butters.
technically a bunch of them are white, dude. Like,
the
It's a
last
good movie though. The last samurai was.
see, what happened a second ago was he unplugged his mic because he got so mad and just started screaming out like Nigerian, 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 Nigerian over and over again. It was
that's the N-word,
it was
Nigerian.
horrible. Yeah.
I had to unplug his mic. I had to cut him
Yeah.
somehow.
Oh
was-
damn.
He started raging. It was a problem.
It
you
was
know?
the N word the entire time was a country.
I
Yeah, the
That's
entire
the-
time.
plot twist.
Throughout
That's
this
the M Night
entire
Shyamalan plot twist.
podcast. N word has always been just
Them
that.
Nigerians, Shyamalan.
Nigerian Shyamalan. Dude, I met a Nigerian prince online. And
Did he email you asking you for money?
He emailed me. No, but dude, okay. On U of H campus, I've never told this on podcast because I just remembered it now. We were sitting there back when they had smoking benches, right?
His full name.
Back in the
Say
1950s,
his
of course.
full name.
Who's full name?
The Nigerian prince.
Dude, I don't fucking know. What, we were sitting there, and a guy.
Oh, you know him too. Okay.
Hey,
cool.
did you get an email from him, or what? Was it
This-
asking for money? Because apparently you're like a long lost cousin.
Yeah.
Tyler's secretly
Hey,
black.
Cool fucking
The
emails.
birth. Hey, Africa is the birth.
Anything because
It's
you almost
possible.
got like finessed by some other Nigerian prince into signing like a $60 million oil
Yeah,
contract so they could drill
I
oil
was-
in
hey,
Iran.
man, it could have ended up real. You know,
I was on campus.
For a
I
fact
want to
they
hear
were gonna be
both
like, let's just
stories,
rub it a
but
little bit.
Tyler
Yeah,
go
yeah.
first. I want to hear
Tyler.
both stories.
It's
but
very underwhelming. But I was on campus. Well, it's sort of whelming, I guess. But I was on campus and we're sitting there at the smoking bench, and then this guy who's fucking dressed like a Nigerian prince. Like, imagine in your head
no.
what a Nigerian prince looks like. What does a Nigerian prince look like to you? That's what he looks like. Now, don't describe it. Don't describe it. That's what he looked like. Okay, what you would think a Nigerian prince looks like.
Like a white guy in a suit.
Thinking of Black Panther.
With I said don't describe it.
Black Panther.
This guy comes up with a fucking cart of iPads, right? And he just goes and he's just like, who wants an iPad?
From like Target.
In this thick accent, he's like, who wants an iPad? And we're just like, the fuck? And then my friend Tom's like, I'll take one. And the guy just gives him one and then carts off away. And we're like, the fuck
like a
was
golf
that?
cart or like a
No, like a little computer tray or some shit like they have at schools, just full of iPad. And he hands an iPad, a real functioning working iPad, to my friend Tom, and then just walks away. And apparently, like, he just went around campus giving people iPads.
That's how you make friends, I guess.
Good for him.
That's how you
If you're a fucking prince and you got that kind of money,
Yeah,
The thing is, like, he
bullshit-
just bought a whole bunch of them and didn't understand how to make them work.
That's-
So he was like, "Fuck it, I'm giving them away."
That fucking saying that I learned all my fucking life about how money doesn't make you friends is total bullshit now.
if someone gave me an
Total
iPad, we'd be
fucking
best
bullshit.
friends.
Yeah, honestly.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, Sam, you never given me an iPad. What's up with that, man?
Josh is
I ain't give Tyler shit. I
Only
treat my
that
friends
ass.
like shit.
nah, dude, I'm not gay. Only him. But I've tried to hook
Hey,
him
I
up.
thought it wasn't gay, man.
I've
Yeah,
tried.
it's not gay.
I've tried to hook him up
Hey,
with some
look, he's
people.
saying it's not gay.
It's not
you
gay.
wanna hear
If,
that?
it's not gay if he blew my dick, but he would still be gay.
But if you blew my dick, would
Okay,
that
look,
make
I
you
wrote
gay?
a book
You've
on
eaten
how
a
to.
popsicle before, right?
What
Is
about,
eating
what about
popsicles
if
gay?
Tyler,
what about
hold on.
if he
We have
like
to hear
gave
about
his
Tyler's
ass
book.
up to you?
This is
I
my
wrote a
favorite
book
thing.
that's called "How to Not Be Gay Unless you want to," and
Tyler.
and in that book it describes the theory of homosexuality. And long story short, you're not gay if some guy blows your dick. Only he is gay.
So you wrote an entire book on cocksucking?
Yeah, because he had so many experiences by just getting his
Great
dick
fucking
sucked.
job.
It's a
I-
biography,
You're
dude.
getting places.
I did a little field research. I got in a van. I drove out. Got my binoculars. I watched them in the wild.
You had some candy in the van.
I befriended one of them and observed its behaviors.
Josh.
He pointed at me when he said he befriended one of them.
I observed its behaviors, so I did a thorough amount of research. But as a true scientist researcher, you're not supposed to intermingle with your test subjects.
So you're not a
So
true
also getting
scientist
head.
researcher.
No, not even then. Like I'm a full like abstinence priesthood like type thing over here. Like
So what was the word that he used?
Saints.
Saintinence.
Saintience.
Saintience.
Saint.
Yes.
SAINT.
There you go.
Ians.
We're making progress with our English here, guys.
Jesus
Fucking
Christ.
Abstinence is a real word. That's how you don't get pregnant,
Man,
bitches.
I was watching
It's
this.
pronounced abstinence.
Abstinence. That is an
pronounced
acceptable
abstinence.
pronunciation of it. No, abstinence is a acceptable
Did you get
pronunciation
that
of it.
from like the word like I abstain.
Where do you think abstinence comes from, Sam?
I
Sam.
abstain.
What do you think the
Abstaining
root
from
word of that
sex.
comes from?
Abstinence.
Dude, I spent a lot of time looking up what is it called? Like is it etymology or whatever, where you look up the background of words.
Etymology.
Etymology, I don't fucking care. But I look up words just because
Learn how to like
because I'm
spell
bored.
words. No, it's because you're dyslexic and you're like.
And just like there's nothing wrong with getting your dick sucked by a man, there's nothing wrong with being dyslexic.
Well,
You don't need to have.
I mean, I think like okay, so what I could relate to that though is like so for instance,
Every
like up
time he's
north,
gotten his dick sucked by a man.
up north, like no, up north you pronounce words different, and then like you go to England, they pronounce words different. You go south,
Well, those are called
They know
dialects.
each
words
other in a
different.
different way.
and I'm from New
So-
England, so I pronounce words differently, like pop and
From New
khakis.
Tyler's gay. Yeah, he's from New England.
This is why everybody hates the Patriots. Just letting you know.
What?
you're
Doesn't
the
make
real
up,
guy.
man. What's wrong with all the
Dude,
Patriots
I
being
love
gay, man?
America. Fuck you. Yesterday was the 4th.
Yeah, well, you know, apparently
According to
like
when we were
Trump,
supposed to have wrote this.
Trump backs up the Patriots team. You know that, right?
Yeah, he tried to invite him to the White House, and
Yeah,
they were all
and the
like,
Patriots didn't go.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a Patriots fan.
Well, no, even during his election, like
Dude, I don't watch basketball, but I watch the shit out of them,
The
okay?
Patriots are not
yeah,
basketball.
they're a good basketball team, dude.
The Patriots?
Yeah,
It's a
dude, they went to
football
the
team.
playoffs this year.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I didn't know
They
they
actually
played.
won
they-
the playoffs.
Dude,
Wait,
they actually beat
so were
the
they in
New
the
York
World Cup?
Giants in the World Cup.
Yeah, they
For
did.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
They made it all the way to the
my,
semis.
my sport knowledge goes down to I
I'm
know
the
we
only
have
guy
a
who
team
knows
in Houston
sports
called
here.
the Texans.
I don't even know
'Cause
fucking.
I've seen their
sports.
logo.
That's true. That's very true.
And I know Germany has a team, and I guess like every country has a team of
What,
like
for the
sports
World
players. Yeah. And they have the sports grass, which is really nice looking.
Sports grass.
That
every country has one team, and
that should be the future. That's how we should fight wars right there.
absolutely,
Like,
man.
okay,
You
we
just
got
send the
one
sports team.
We'll send the sports team. They do the sports work.
We give them guns. We send them out.
We
Since
know,
they know not only about like breaking through lines and like football and stuff.
you're gonna have
right?
to know that America is gonna be that much dumber to put like Dick's Sporting Goods as the proud sponsor of the sports team, because we're gonna fucking dick your shit up. That's what we've been doing. for
America
years.
is brought to you by
People just
America's
start
sports
calling
team.
dicks.
Dick your shit up. It's gonna turn really fucking awkward.
No,
for
they don't
everybody.
even fight wars. Like, what they do is they just play a game of sports ball, and then the winner wins
Sports
the
ball.
war.
Sports ball, that's
I don't know what sport, like, it changes on country. If you're playing Japan, you probably want to do something where you're strong in, like
Ping pong.
football or ping pong. I don't know. If you're doing like
Ching Chong playing ping pong.
a country in Africa, you might want to do track and field sports. I don't know.
You gotta play esports because they don't have no
Oh,
connection.
that's true.
Can't
That's
even
for
get onto
Korea,
it,
though.
man.
Korea does
Korea and
esports.
Japan fought. They'd be playing Overwatch, okay?
I'm sorry for the one Japanese listener we have.
Dude, we're not making fun of your
That
heritage.
one black guy in Japan is getting so fucking triggered.
Yeah, now he's gonna be
Yeah.
extra angry.
We like you, one black Japanese listener.
Dude, I swear to God, if we don't kiss his ass from now on, man, like he's about to turn off all of his 1,000 computers and we won't have a single fucking listener.
Oh, it'll be game over, dude.
We know that you're the only Nigerian prince living in Japan, so
Only Nigerian prince living in Japan.
please send us an iPad.
Yeah.
We've come full circle.
You can send it to wherever the fuck Josh lives.
What was your Nigerian prince story?
Oh shit. Okay, I was hoping y'all wouldn't bring it up. Okay,
It's like, it's also
It was
underwhelming.
fucking hilarious.
fucking
He was
weird
planning his whole
story.
life around it and everything. He was like, you know what? He told me that he would get me a job, right?
Yeah.
At wherever he was. He was like, yeah, man, if this goes above ground, I could really help you out. I could get you a job and everything with us. We could work with us. And I was like, you know what? Sounds like a good thing, Sam. The whole
It
time I was
wasn't
just thinking,
that
like, God damn it was a
legitimate.
fucking Nigerian prince.
This motherfucker was asking me every 5 seconds.
Because I thought it was fucking hilarious.
How's the deal? How's the deal going? Like, what's going on? Like, I need a new
what
job.
was it?
man.
What
I
happened?
need a new
If my
job.
homie tells me,
This
hey,
motherfucker
I'm
was
gonna make
begging
$66
me.
million, right, off
So,
a fucking deal. I'm just
alright,
saying, dude.
So
I'm
let
trying to get me at least a new
continue with the
job.
story
One at a
though. Let
time.
me
One at
tell
a
the
time.
story. All right. So the story goes that this random ass dude walks like he's in. Okay, bleep that shit out.
Yeah, I will.
He's at my work, right? And he's smoking a hookah, and then he starts chatting with everybody around him. Then he starts chatting with me, and I'm over at the bar. I'm working, and he's like, "Oh yeah, so who owns this place?" I was like, "Okay, well it's a family-owned business. This is how it is." And all of a sudden, he just kind of like, he's like, "Oh, well, I'm trying to open up this oil company. I got a prince working with me from like some fucking random country." I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I was thinking of
Algeria.
anywhere but Africa, right? Dude comes in, he's like speaking some weird ass like different language from what I know. Like out of the all like 150 or so languages that Africa has, he had the weirdest one, right? And I was like, "Oh shit, all right, I know this is a scam." At that point, I was trying to hold it off to see if it was legit or not. They sent me a contract, everything. I was reading through it. Some misspellings. I was like, all right, this is kind of stupid.
Yeah, they
But
sent
then
you a misspelled contract.
Going by Tyler's,
just like
That's a
right?
real contract.
No, I told you, misspellings don't count. Only mispronunciations.
All right. But anyways,
We've been over this.
I just kind of avoided the situation at that point. The guy was calling me every day. He was like trying to text me. And I was just like, yeah, I kind of know this is a scam, so I'm just gonna like leave it buried. You know, it was stupid.
Was he asking you for money?
You didn't troll him?
Nah, he was gonna
Probably
put me
hadn't
at.
gotten down to that point yet.
He was gonna put me as apparently like the what was it, human resources or some shit.
Oh yeah, that's the scam.
Human resources, but as
No
well
company
as,
has human resources.
Nope, never.
For sure
fuck
not.
are you
That's a
talking
scam.
about?
You
Yeah,
can
they
tell
do.
right off that's a
I
scam.
have a friend who works as a human
Yeah,
resources.
that's a scam.
Yeah,
They're
he's
killer.
scamming
They're
you,
a
dude.
contract killer right there.
Shit.
That's a made up job.
All right, so they were gonna
You
put
know
me
what human
as head of
resources is?
HR.
Human
I
trafficking,
was supposed to
man.
be head of HR. They were like, okay, well, we need to find people who know how to fucking do drilling and shit. I was like, all right,
know
I can
nothing
figure that
about
out.
that.
But I was trying to make sure this shit was legit first.
It's just this.
And then I have this idiot right here walking up to me every 5 seconds. dude, he's gonna pay you so much money, man. He's gonna pay you so much. I checked the contract, and this is instantly when I knew the shit was like total bullshit. How many head of HRs do you know that make $6 million a year? On a contract.
Just the one.
Just the one that kills everybody.
What's his fucking name from 2.5 Men? Charlie Sheen. Just his head of HR.
There you go, Charlie Sheen.
His head of HR.
His head of HR makes that much.
Fucking Charlie Sheen though. I don't.
From all the crack and groping that he's done, I'm sure they make that much.
Dude, he just gave a bunch of women AIDS. He like had AIDS from doing intravenous drugs.
Yeah.
And went and like had sex with women, and then afterwards would just be like, I have AIDS, by the way.
You know how? No. So what happened was this
monkey,
African
and
guy,
you all
right?
know what I mean by monkey.
Okay, that's really fucked up. But anyways, so this African guy, right?
Wow.
He somehow caught AIDS in
You
Africa.
alienated
He was
our one
probably
black
fucking a monkey,
Japanese
right?
listener.
And he gave some other guy, like he was apparently like an like this gay guy who was in an like a pilot, or he worked in an airline or something like that. So he would literally fly around, right? And what he did was he went around and he fucked everybody he could in every city he could, like while he was flying around, like as a fucking airline pilot or whatever, right? And then he realized he had AIDS, and he knew it was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm not gonna stop fucking everyone. So he kept fucking every single person he could in every city he could, and he got like literally like hundreds of people. Gave them fucking AIDS, and then he got indicted by the fucking American government.
It sounds like some
whatever.
Dr. Seuss ass shit you just made up. Like this is something you tell your kids at night.
I'm serious, dude.
Like, hey,
don't have sex with airport people.
Abstinent or whatever the fuck it was.
Abstinent.
Yeah, stay abstinent or you'll get AIDS. And
you can say abstain.
You should write a book about this shit.
If you
I'm not gonna lie, man. Every time I get my dick sucked from a man, always wrap it up first.
Yeah.
Always wrap it up.
You should just always wrap it up. Period.
Oh my God, he's not wrong.
What the fuck did you think it was wrong for?
He's a Canadian flight attendant.
I told you, dude. I fucking told you. You know where I heard this from? A podcast.
What did they do? Did they shoot him down?
Which one?
I think they
99%
indicted him.
Invisible?
I don't fucking
I
remember.
imagine a guy
Sounds
like
like
that had a
something
Bonnie
they
and
would
Clyde ending, where he was just driving happily to one day, and then everyone popped out and just gunned his car down.
No, I think
Like,
he got indicted by like the federal government. They're trying to figure out like if it's illegal for him to literally give everybody fucking AIDS.
No,
Like,
he died in 84, dude.
it's like
No,
he had that much AIDS to give around.
okay, conspiracy theorists. He and Elvis lived together after they both faked their deaths.
Oh.
With Tupac and
It's
XXX.
Tupac.
It's wrong. He was one of many that began the AIDS epidemic.
Okay,
in the
you know what?
70s.
I was right enough. It worked. You know.
Great fucking story.
I feel like he did a lot more damage
story.
He
than.
probably did a lot more.
You know,
damage
you
than
really
most
had
of
me
them.
going there.
If he's an airplane attendant, I feel like he
You
did
really
more
had me
damage than
going
anyone
there.
else.
I was like,
For
oh
sure.
shit, maybe for once, like, maybe.
Hey, why don't you go ahead and Google it, Sam?
You know what? How about
I am.
How about this?
He just
How about
did.
this?
I could tell you what
Live
happened.
shows you're fucking stupid.
Live
and he's
experiment.
not. This
You
is
two.
my point.
This is what I want you to. You two go to England. Fuck that guy that has super gonorrhea. All right. You go on a plane. Fuck everyone across the world, and you just stay in one town and see who gets more gonorrhea spread.
That's true.
All right. All right. And we'll take notes. And at the end
At
of
least
this,
I get to travel, right?
no, you get to stay in
you
England.
Get to stay. You
Yeah, you have to stay in fucking
You have
England
to
and
fuck
fucking.
all those inbred ass bitches with the fucked up teeth. Once you run out of all the pretty ones, you gotta like start fucking the ones who like do way too much like spice and
Meth?
K2. You
Starting
know.
to sound some like Game of Thrones shit.
And if you're
going
lucky,
on.
you can take a train over to France and then start over there. But trust me,
For sure.
the language is sexy. The people aren't.
I mean, we're at halfway. If you want to take a quick break, grab some water.
All right, I would love a cigarette.
Josh,
love the
I
pizza.
really,
Sounds nice.
I really fucking can't stand you.
New cherry flavored Tide Pods.
This
from
episode
Buddy
is
Boys.
brought to you by our sponsors at Tide Pods.
Yeah, we're
New
gonna
cherry
do
flavor.
our ad read right now.
Sorry
if
about
you
that.
guys like to kill yourselves and want, that's the wrong paper. Tide Pods brought to you by the Buddy Boys. I eat a cherry Tide Pod
doing it
every
backwards.
morning. Yeah, I'm doing an ad read, dude.
No, Tide Pods aren't brought to you by Buddy Boys. Buddy Boys is brought to you by Tide
Oh
Pods.
yeah, Buddy Boys is brought to you by.
And you call me dyslexic? You
can't
have the
read,
paper
dude.
right in front of
I
you.
can't read. God, I never learned.
Fucking. We're also brought to you by the official drink of white trash, PBR.
Yeah, we're sponsored by both
and
PBR
Natty.
and Natty Light.
Yeah, so if you're white trash and you're listening to this, drink up.
And we should.
And our last sponsor is palm olive oil.
Palm olive oil. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
right.
It
We're gonna
doesn't
get
taste
so fucking
terrible.
Sued.
That's fine. I'm doing an ad read. We're sponsored by them, dude. We can't get sued by our sponsor. Fine.
Yeah. Or by
so
Tide
African
Pods.
Prince just came up to you guys and was like, "Hey, Tide Pods are gonna sponsor you guys. Just read this ad," and you guys were like, "Yeah, sounds like a great idea."
African princes work for Tide.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Anyway, so I eat one cherry Tide Pod every morning before I go to work, and it gives me the energy to last through the day.
Give it to
Tide
your kids.
Pods.
They'll shut the fuck up.
Give them to your kids. They'll shut the fuck up. The official slogan
Now
of
Tide Pods for kids.
Now Tide Pods
God.
for
Smaller, more swallowable. They have a hole in the middle so they don't choke on them.
10 times more poisonous.
So
more flavorful.
as we all know,
Yeah,
I am
flavorful.
turning 21 in a few days.
We didn't all know that. Everyone
What
but Tyler
happens
knew
then?
that.
Tipping point of your life.
That's when he's gonna come out of the club.
Oh yeah, you just realize
Jesus
you're going
Christ.
you're going
So,
into your prime. You
As
and
I was
Josh.
saying that I would bring up definitely. So we have this guy that we work with. His name is Tim.
Tim sounds like an idiot already.
Tim sounds like a lovely
Tim?
man.
Okay, so
Tim's
Tim.
actually a smart motherfucker. Tim
Tim's
has
a
a
genius.
4.0 GPA. He's doing like
That doesn't mean
pre-med
he's
right
smart.
now.
That doesn't mean he's smart. That means he just knows a lot of things.
Okay, he's. Let me let you know. I gotta clarify. All right, so this guy, he's book smart, right?
He's book smart. There we
But
go.
on the streets, this guy is an absolute fucking retard.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
He walks
we
across
had
without
a
looking both ways.
situation a few nights ago where I don't know what he was doing. He was trying to find the Patron bottle. And we were like, "Oh, it's in the fridge." And he's looking around, and there's 4 fridges in front of him, and he's like, "Where's the fridge?" I'm not even joking. He actually fucking did
Yeah,
this.
this guy literally made all my drinks come out late because he was fucking annoying the shit out of Sam's dumbass and just sitting there and asking him to go to the fucking POS like, "Oh, where's the water? Like, where do I bring up a Dr.
But he's a
Pepper?"
fucking genius.
I
The guy's got a. He's a
He's a
genius.
smart fucker. He is. He
They
really
don't
does have
teach
a
you
4.0
things like
GPA.
what a fridge looks like in college, or
Yeah.
or what pool means when it actually is on a door in front of you. Those
No,
things.
anyways, so this guy is a big fucking guy. He's like a big old dude, and he's supposed to be super smart and shit. But he's a virgin. He's like 22 years old.
So he's
And,
very smart.
we're legit.
So, okay, I believe
This
it
guy
now.
has done nothing in his life. He's only been to like one party or some shit.
I don't think he ever said like one party even. The only thing is he used to be a stoner. He used to smoke a lot of weed like in his first couple semesters
And
of
that's
college.
what
and
most
stuff.
medical students do. This guy, like, I was talking with him, I was having a conversation. I was like, okay, I want to get to know this dude. Apparently, he's from Jersey, and he's
Jersey?
Yeah, he's from Jersey. And he's
Jersey?
never
Jersey?
done anything in his life. He's never had like a crazy experience before. He's never had sex. All he's done all his life is study and smoke.
Give
weed.
him
That's
Josh's
it.
number.
That's it, right?
Yeah. All right. So the thing is, we're inviting Josh to the party. He's gonna be ready.
Yeah.
And wearing his finest bikini.
We'll have a party with Josh and him, and
Yeah.
I guess we'll all be there and some girls.
Some girls.
And then we'll bring some roofies for Josh and him, and
need roofies,
and we'll just
bitch.
lock them in a room together.
So no,
It helps.
I
It
need
helps. It helps
Viagra.
open you up down there.
we're definitely planning on inviting Tim to this party, and he got really excited. Like 5-year-old going to Disney World, excited over this fucking party.
Poor guy.
Did
Like,
you
he was
break
like,
his
"Oh my
heart?
god, guys, thank you so much. Like, I've never been invited to a party in Houston. Y'all are like the first cool group of friends. Like, I'm a fucking loser." He literally
Yeah, he
said
said
he's
we
a
were so
fucking
cool.
loser.
And he called us. So he was like, "I don't know why you guys want to even hang out with me. Y'all are so cool."
He
Like,
actually said that.
Y'all
He
are
actually
so
said
cool,
that.
Came out of his
Y'all
mouth.
fuck, bro.
And I was just kind of like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to invite Tim anymore.
See,
But
the
I was
thing
like,
is,
you know
like,
what?
don't
You
be
know
a
what?
dick.
Fuck
He's
it.
a nice guy. Honestly,
it.
like he's a nice guy. He hasn't done a single like
He's a
rude
great
thing
guy.
to
The
me.
goal,
ever.
get him
He's a
drunk.
great guy.
Yeah.
He's never,
Just
he's
get
never
him drunk
fucked
and
anybody
enjoy
over in
it.
his life. I hope he never does. He's a great guy. So we're
The
inviting
golden
him to
rule
the-
is don't be
to
a
the
dick.
party.
Don't be a dick. If you're not a dick, then you're good.
Yeah.
He's not being
Dick
a dick
to me, asshole.
Hey, but dicks fuck.
Yeah, but that's to other. You're not
Dicks
supposed
do
to be
fuck.
mean to other people.
And assholes are the ones that get fucked. Okay,
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
true.
that's the thing.
Yeah, I've watched that. What was it? Team America.
Gay porn, bro.
Gay
What?
porn.
No,
Yeah.
no,
the-
no,
the
no,
Matt- the
gaping?
You watched
Anal
what?
gaping?
I have
The Matt
never
Stone and
seen
Trey
anybody
Parker-
get fucked.
Parker bit. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, they made a movie out of puppets, and it was like Team America or whatever.
They didn't have
Oh
butt
yeah,
fucking
America,
in Team America.
Fuck yeah,
and it was
okay.
like America's a dick, but we need dicks because dicks fuck assholes. And you know what assholes need? There's like a little connection, like
Yeah,
a
I think
train
I
of
remember
logic.
that. I watched
deep
It's the
fucking
same
cut, dude.
same
Yeah, it really
train of
is.
logic.
That's a deep cut, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know why you expected us to know that. You're like 300 years old, dude.
Dude, that was a good.
No, I do remember that. I still make fun of Sam, and I'm always like,
Dude,
Dunka
did
Dunka
you-
Muhammad Jihad.
Right, man.
Did you
I
fucking
fuck with
watch?
the show. I do.
Did you watch the Book of Mormon?
No, but I know what it is.
Okay, well, but I mean, it's the same. It's the same
Watched
humor.
a fucking movie about a book?
No, the Book of
What?
Mormon?
The Book of
Never
Mormon?
heard of the
What?
Book of Mormon?
Yeah, I
It's
know
hilarious.
the Mormons read that
No,
shit.
no, no,
it's
no,
not,
no,
it's
no.
not.
That's not what we're talking about.
The guys, the creators of South Park, made a musical called The Book of Mormon.
I think I've heard about
It is
this.
fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's
You got
really
it's-
funny.
It's great. It's one of the
Didn't
greatest.
Family Guy do like a bit on Mormonism? as
Everyone's
well?
done a bit on Mormonism.
It's
They're
a
so
really
easy.
fucking
They're
ridiculous
easy
movie.
targets, and they can't defend themselves. I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, you saw fucking what's his name? That guy Mitt Romney. Like,
Was he a Mormon?
You could
Mitt
literally.
Romney's a Mormon.
Yeah,
Oh
you
my
could literally
God.
go up, take a shit on his car, and he's just like, oh, you know, it's all right, man. You know,
Romney was a Mormon?
My brother
he's
recently
yes,
married a Mormon.
They've infiltrated the government, man.
Somehow.
Ted Cruz is a Mormon too. No, Ted Cruz. Isn't.
I'd rather have.
No, Ted Cruz is the
He's a-
Zodiac killer.
He's
He is the Zodiac killer.
He is 100% the Zodiac
Yeah,
killer.
for sure. He's never
also-
said he's not.
He's also a Canadian, born in Canada.
Yeah,
And he keeps saying he's Hispanic.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
yeah, he's
I thought
Canadian.
you had to be
He was born
legally-
on.
yeah,
He
no,
was
he
born in
from-
embassy, so he's legally a
No, I
U.S.
thought his
citizen.
parents were both U.S. citizens.
Oh,
right? And he came back
okay.
after.
On embassy grounds, so he's
Okay,
legally
yeah,
U.S.
that,
citizen.
That makes sense then.
Yeah, but he and both of his parents are American, obviously. But
cheating, dude.
But yeah,
I feel like you can't.
he was
I feel
born.
like that's cheating.
probably-
The geographic
yeah.
coordinates point to a location in Canada where he was born. So there you go.
Canadian bitch.
Oh, yeah, that's-
More reason to hate the Texas senator who's really Canadian or Mexican or something.
How is he? He's like the jerk. He's like the most dicky Canadian I know,
Dude,
dude.
his face looks like testicles, man. His
That's how
face
you know he's
literally
not
looks like
actually
balls.
Canadian.
Yeah.
There's something saggy and droopy and fat about his face that like is way too much like balls.
Yeah.
That's most old
I-
people.
I- my
Very
favorite.
wrinkled.
My
It's about
favorite.
most old people. You get
My
to an
favorite
age of
senator though,
stress.
like to make fun of his looks, is Mitch McConnell, because he literally looks like a turtle that just lost his shell.
Does he really?
Yeah, dude. Because like he's just like, and you know he has like the neck thing.
Oh my god, he does.
Right? Look, show him. Show him.
does.
Show
He
him.
literally
Looks like
just-
turtle's head.
Yeah, he fucking.
That-
Oh my god.
Absolutely
and that's a
sounded
good
like you were
picture of him.
sucking a dick
Yeah.
5 seconds ago.
That's what he looks like
Can
all
you do
the time.
turtle noise again?
Yeah, do the turtle noise again.
That's what turtles look like, bro. They have the neck flab and like, because their necks can go out really far and they can come back in, and he doesn't have a chin, so he can just
They can
protrude
deep
into
throat.
protrude into his cell.
They can deep throat easier.
He still has a
long
jawbone. He just doesn't have a chin.
Oh,
dumbass.
dude, yeah. So some of these other pictures that are not as flattering look pretty bad, dude.
Look, check it out. Check it out.
I'm just gonna say, man.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah,
That's some
I would-
classic.
if
Look
we're-
at the bottom right one.
yeah. It's
It's
like
like yeah.
it's the long elongating of the neck that he keeps doing.
That's what
If
happens.
we're on politics right now,
No, that's
I
called
gotta be
divergent
honest, I would
evolution.
still fuck like Sarah Palin because I mean country instead of a continent.
I
Then
would-
she knows not to leave.
I would
God bless the
fuck Tina
rains,
Fey if that
na-na-na.
counts. She played Sarah
Politics.
Palin. No, we're not talking politics. We're talking divergent evolution. That's when humanity has reached a point where it takes the features of other animals. So basically what happened is Mitch McConnell's the first turtle human. Eventually his offspring will grow shells. They'll develop hardened exteriors on their back for protection so they can protrude back into their home where they're safe. So that's a real thing. That's not politics.
So who's the first lizard person?
He's not a lizard person.
No,
He's a
who-
he's
I'm
a
asking
he's a
who would it
reptile
be?
person, but he's not a lizard. Turtles.
I'm asking who is the first lizard person.
I don't know any fucking lizard people. I don't know. Probably Paul Ryan. No, he's the first human to not have a vertebrae. That's it. Yeah,
Paul
because he
Ryan?
doesn't have a backbone.
Is he really?
You think he's a fucking jellyfish?
Yeah, dude. Paul Ryan's a jellyfish.
He's in charge of Congress and he's just like floating around in the ocean, just like gobbling up shit.
He looks like he doesn't have a backbone.
What's with all this secret communication going on? Doesn't make friends, bitches. I don't know. Yeah, this is an audio podcast. They can't see that bit. They're all just looking around, super suspicious, and I'm extra
Yeah,
worried.
I'm gonna be honest. We got a call from our boss right now.
Oh,
Both of
For
us
sure.
just totally got a call.
Hey, I'm quitting this job in 2 days so they can suck my fucking dick.
Yeah, I mean,
Shit.
were you scheduled?
What?
Were you scheduled?
Of course I was scheduled.
Yeah,
It was a
yeah, we're
Friday
both
night. We work at a
scheduled.
bar.
Oh damn.
Oh, there's my text.
You're dead to me.
Do,
Oh, is it Jonathan?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, if it's Jonathan, it's not an issue.
Yeah, fuck Jonathan, dude. He can go fuck himself.
Well, Jonathan's a nice guy, but he's never gonna like really get too mad.
So you know you could abuse him. If you need to go, you can go.
Oh fuck
Yeah.
no, dude. We're fine.
Yeah, I can
I
sit.
said I'm not getting there till 7. I'm not fucking getting there till 7.
We've only got like, we don't have much left.
We're
We're
gonna kill the
good.
vibe, man.
Well, I was just
Dead.
saying.
Oh,
if you don't
fuck.
need to
Okay,
leave town.
topic.
Dead
Let's
air.
go.
You need a
Topic.
topic? Well, I was trying to talk more about people who look like animals.
Animals.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like honestly our
Oh,
listeners right
what's
now are
his
just
name?
turning
The guy
this shit
from
the fuck
Wolverine, right?
Yeah.
Hugh
Jackman?
Hugh Jackman. Okay, so the
He
only
looks like a Wolverine.
the only
Is that
reason
why they
why,
picked him?
yeah, that's the only reason why they hired him for the role, because they weren't gonna give him the role except for the fact that he actually looked like a fucking Wolverine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
With that mustache.
No, it's the mutton chops, man.
And you know what's the funny thing? His
And the nose?
for his acting career for Wolverine, he got Wolverine mistaken for wolves. So he actually studied wolves for about a month for the role.
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
That
Hugh
is
Jackman
one.
sounds like a fucking
Isn't
idiot.
Hugh Jackman fucking Australian or
He's
something?
absolutely fucking retarded.
So he should know what a Wolverine is,
Is he Australian?
isn't he?
Yeah, he's Australian.
He should be.
Oh, he is. Nice.
What about
didn't
Russell
know that.
Crowe? Where's he from?
Also, Crows.
I feel like
The
if they're like an
Galapagos
extra
Islands? I don't
manly
know.
man, they're from Australia or something, or
Yeah,
Texas.
definitely.
He's from New Zealand.
And if they look like a squirrel or a bird like John Oliver, then they're from England.
Yeah, English people are surprisingly ugly. I don't understand how an entire country can just all decide together. You know what? We're gonna be fucking disgusting looking. Every single one of us.
There's genetics because they.
Man, we're just eliminating all of our listeners today.
We don't
All
have
of
any
our
English
British
viewers, listeners.
all of our Japanese listeners.
We got the
Fucking
Australian
English,
listeners
sir.
though. We got you. We got
Yeah,
you,
we-
fam.
we
English
like
people
you.
hate themselves so much, man. Like
We
they're
probably got
okay
more
with it.
English
Yeah.
listeners from that.
Exactly, dude. Just look at the like fucking listener count just going up. Like
Yeah.
everyone's like, oh my god, they're talking about
Oh,
us.
they said something about us.
Buddhist.
I don't know what British people
Sorry.
sound like.
That's Canadian.
Whatever. Fuck them
Fuck
too.
Canadians, yeah.
They're basically the England of the Americas.
Yeah, technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Isn't
huh?
America the England of the Americas?
No, we're the Italy of America. Yeah, we got the Empire. We're the
It's not
Rome
an
of
empire
America.
anymore. Yeah,
We're the
yeah,
Rome
there you
of
go.
We're the Rome
America.
of
Oh wait, no, Gotham's the Rome of America. Damn it! I'll figure this out.
He'll get there. Give him a few more tries.
You watched
I'd say
Batman,
that
right?
Mexico is like the prison of America.
Oh.
You're not allowed to cross either side.
Oh.
Yeah,
Either
you can
side.
go-
No
you-
fucking
You
country
can go
was
south
Mexican
of Mexico. You can go
people
south
in
of Mexico really easily because
Yeah,
the
you
countries south of Mexico are even fucking worse than Mexico.
You can take
Really?
conjugal
Yeah, dude,
visits to
Venezuela,
Mexico.
hell no, dude.
Even
Venezuela's getting kicked out of
Panama.
Mexico constantly, man.
Like
Venezuela
even
sucks.
like the country attached directly to Mexico is like has huge gang problems.
yeah,
It has
exactly.
historically been a hot spot for cocaine trafficking.
and fucking like just civil wars all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mexico's on the nicer end of South America, of like Latin countries. I'm not gonna lie. As a Hispanic person myself, I can say that Mexico is way nicer than where I'm from.
I get it now.
What?
That's why they call it a civil war,
What?
because it's civil.
There it is.
Yeah, because there's no bad things that happen during war.
Yeah,
that
dude.
was-
We're gonna have
taking him
to.
home right now. Yeah.
Christ.
Tyler, you're gonna have to leave, dude. That was just fucking out there.
What the fuck?
Yeah, what is happening?
Just because you guys aren't operating on the same level that I am doesn't mean that I'm not right.
Are you trying to talk about a sentient war?
No. A sentient war would be like the Terminator, but they're religious.
Oh my god.
We went over this.
All right, guys.
Religious
Quality
robots.
lost
Guys,
brain
quality
cells.
Can you
content.
program religion into a robot?
Absolutely lost
Hot
brain
take.
cells.
Oh, that's a good
I'll
question.
take real quick. Can you
Can you
program?
program religion into a robot?
Is there a God
Ask
code?
Ted Cruz.
Oh, that might have been too close to home.
Oh, too soon, man. Too soon.
Dude, I hope Ted Cruz is our next president.
I fucking saw Ted Cruz in IRL, man.
Every time I like see a picture of him, I want to throw salt on him. He looks like a slug. I feel like if I fucking threw salt on him, I feel like he would just
No, then
start
he'd get you
melting.
for assault.
I don't know about that.
Get it?
Assault.
Oh, you piece of shit. You piece of shit.
He went there. Anyways, yeah, no, I was at
You better pick up the slack off
downtown. Downtown, there's a like a famous barbecue place, like one of them. I don't remember what it's called, like Spring Creek or something, like the first one. I don't know, but there's a really popular barbecue place, and we went there for a party with my studio.
Your studio? What
in college.
And
we were there, and then there's just a bunch of news vans outside, and we're just like, what's going on? We look over there, Ted Cruz is coming. I hate everything about
salt ready, bitch.
I hate everything about Ted Cruz. I really want to meet him. I really want to shake his hand to see if it's like metal,
slimy, and
or
wet.
slimy, or is it maybe coated with a coat of
gonna
fur?
Come off onto yours?
Is there feathers on it? Like I don't know. I wanted to get close enough to Ted Cruz to just investigate a little to see if he actually is a human. And the verdict is no. I don't think so. He is a mammal though. But
he's a mammal,
but not a Homo sapien or any other Homo
homosexual.
Now we know
species.
that Tyler is a runaway convict for ripping a man's skin off.
I didn't do any DNA tests that were illegal. All right.
Thanks, Hannibal.
I used sensors and high tech lasers.
And Ancestry.com.
Ancestry.com.
Turns out all
Please
his
sponsor us,
cousins
guys.
from Arkansas.
I'm like, Ted, say aw, please. He's like, aw. I'm like, swab.
Oh my
But yeah, he's actually more closely related to badgers. Interesting, huh? Yeah.
So he's of the badger variety.
Yeah, he is of the.
Where are his claws?
He is Homo badgerus. That's what we call his species, where it's a anthropomorphic badger.
Anthropomorphic.
Anthropomorphic.
Anthropomorphic. There you go.
Sorry, I
There you go. Good
forgot
job.
one letter. Close enough.
It was a very important letter.
Anthropomorphic badger, with no hair on his belly or back or whatever.
Was he really like? Did he not have any hair on his arms or anything?
I mean, he had badger hair.
It's pretty interesting, man.
It had
It's pretty
colors in
interesting.
it too, dude. It was weird. But they do a lot of editing when they put him on TV.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
those guys are geniuses if they can get him on TV looking like
And
that.
apparently he's really open about it too. Like I saw him the other day, just like going into a honeycomb and just reaching in and just eating honey right out of there.
See,
Like,
and
the
thing is,
bees were
people don't
stinging him and
notice it,
everything.
but there's always a voiceover over him.
Yeah.
If he's speaking on TV. He's not,
Yeah.
like, whenever he's in the Senate, you know, he has like a little fucking like John Hawkins type of shit, you know.
Yeah.
Like, Stephen Hawkins, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Like-
Emperor Nero from Rome.
What he did was he murdered
made his,
someone. He cut his
what
face
was
off
it?
and put it on his.
He made his
Yeah.
horse his like what was it, chancellor or some shit? Forgot. It was like this crazy Roman emperor.
I heard about that. Yeah, I know what you're talking
Nero,
about.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can Google it.
Absolute psychopath. He like
This-
named
Wait,
His
what
his
horse.
horse.
psychopath?
like, good
That's
things to
normal,
say.
dude. Have you been to Rome? That's what they do. That's what we
I was
do.
offended
Make
because he
pizza
likes
and
to
they
say he's
fucking
Italian.
promote horses. Yeah.
But was the horse like a really good advisor? Was he actually like pretty good?
Yeah,
Better
did he
than a
give good
human would be.
advice?
Yeah,
Better than a
I feel
human
like he
would
might
be.
have been. Like, there's a good possibility that might have been a really educated horse. You know, like
Yeah, because
went
you
to
know,
Oxford and
Get
shit.
his degree. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He
Because-
did a lot of good
yeah.
for Rome.
yeah, you know
Animal rights
you know
and
that
stuff.
because Nero was an asshole and the horse was a fucking dick. There you go.
We're all the way. We've come full circle, guys. Made it all
Bam.
around. Oh my god! I think. Oh nope, that's a different emperor. Whoops. But there's Nero's page.
For Palpatine. The dark side.
It says he did chariot racing, and he won a bunch of horse chariot races.
No, he actually promoted one of his horses to his like a governing
Official.
yeah, like
He
position.
represented the horse population really well. I hope
I'm telling you,
he was
it's
anti-glue
insane.
and rubber.
It was I think it was
Pro
Emperor
glue?
Nero.
He's a pro glue.
No, he was a horse. He was anti-glue, dude. He's pro-life.
What is his stances? I mean, like, should we vote for him? All horses matter.
Yeah, all horses matter.
Was he against chariot racing or for it?
Oh, I don't
'Cause
know.
I feel like that would be kind of enslavement for his people.
But it's such a big money maker. It's like casinos.
Well, knowing the Romans, they probably had Jew racing instead.
Right.
I know. That's a little below the
Oh,
belt.
it wasn't
not
Nero. It was
Oh,
Caligula.
That's a
Roman
weird
Emperor
name.
Caligula.
that's a cool name.
So he had so much love for his horse that he actually made it an advisor, I think.
Dude, I get that. I love my car so much, I named it Chancellor.
Unlimited.
Yeah, he made him his
power.
consul. That's insane.
Yeah, dude. People back then were fucking nuts.
Yeah, from all the fucking incest and inbreeding and shit.
Yeah.
dude.
That's not how that works. They conquered other countries and inbred with them.
No,
They don't have inbreeding everywhere in the world.
I know that.
They
but
figured
the
that
thing
out
is-
pretty early that inbreeding doesn't work, dude. Even
I'm pretty sure this guy
even
was
animals
inbred.
know not to inbreed.
Most of the
Have you not
British-
seen Gladiator, the movie?
Most
No,
of
I have
the,
not.
Most
And
of
Gladiator's not
fucking
accurate
watch
at
it.
all.
It's
Gladiator
actually-
is the furthest from the truth that you can get.
It's
actually-
a true
actually-
movie.
seem pretty.
No, it's not.
accurate.
No, it's not.
Actually-
It's fucking Hollywood, bitch. Like, if you think that anything in Hollywood portrays any semblance of reality, like maybe they did research and made things look real.
So you're telling me that Star Wars wasn't a long time ago, right?
Damn.
You're full of shit, dude.
No, actually, it's a long time in the future.
You
It's in a
lying to me
galaxy
But
about
far
from our
away.
perspective, since
Or
when you look
Normandy?
into space, you see back in time. From our perspective, it's
That's
happening
exactly
right
how
now.
that works.
Next, you're
Happening
gonna
right
say
now.
Normandy was a lie.
That is how that works,
Yeah,
actually.
Normandy is a lie, and Bush did 9/11.
Holocaust being real and shit, you know? Dumbass.
You
6
think-
million Jews, more like 6.
Yeah, right.
Like 5.
No, they inbreeding was a thing for a long time. When in the 1700s, up until
That's
like
not when the Roman Empire was.
up until the late 1800s, the English Parliament, the English like Queen and her
Pretty sure
entire family
incest
was inbred.
way
because
before then.
several of them had hemophilia,
That's
which you
not-
can only get genetically.
That's not the Roman Empire.
So if they were
I'm
doing
pretty
it up
sure
to the
the
1800s,
Romans did
yeah,
incest.
if they were
I'm
doing
sure
it up
everyone's
Have you
done it.
never heard
They
of the
fucking do it in
Odyssey or
Alabama
anything?
too, but that's not like what.
What's that? What's
Oh,
they're
those
all-
are pretty spread out.
What's
They had
that
all
old
kinds
Roman
of bitches.
story? What is
Oedipus.
it called? Oedipus. The
Oedipus?
Oedipus effect.
Yeah, when he realized he fucked his mom, he cut his eyes out. That's
Yeah,
how
that was
fucked up he
Greek.
was by
that
it.
was Greek.
And
No,
that's
Oedipus knew he was fucking his mom. He literally
He
married
knew.
his mom.
he didn't know. That's
No.
that's
what
why he
happened-
wasn't mad at
What
the end.
happened is that he, like, his dad had fucking died. So to take care of his mother, he married his fucking mother. He was completely
Yeah.
okay with it.
Yeah.
I feel like you would know if you're. There's no like, oh, I didn't know she was my mother.
wished to thwart a prophecy, so he left Oedipus to die on a mountainside. However, the baby was
Da-da-da-da. Josh, you should know you have Oedipus complex.
for sure, dude.
He's sexually aroused by his mother. I understand. She is a MILF.
Hey man, we've all been talking about this Mauser mounts.
Yeah.
Yeah, he there was a that he would end up killing his father and marrying his mother, but unaware of his true parentage, believed he was fated to murder Polybus and marry Merope.
Yeah.
So he left for Thebes.
And he accidentally killed his father on the way back to Thebes. His dad was going to get him.
So he didn't know who it was. And he killed him.
his father.
Then
And
he
so
didn't know who his
said-
mother was.
No, he said to fulfill the prophecy,
Oh,
he
he
married
hanged
his
himself.
mother.
No, she hanged herself.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that because she killed herself, he blinded himself.
Yep.
He didn't
Because
know.
I'm assuming it's because he didn't want to fall
That's
in love
fake
with another
news.
woman.
I've spoken to him. He didn't
Probably
know.
why.
You've
That's
spoken
why
to
they call
Oedipus?
it the Oedipus complex.
Wait, what? So his mom knew they were getting married, and they were like,
No, his mom knew nothing that he was her son.
Did he know?
No,
Yeah.
no,
you-
he didn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why
But
he didn't know.
realized that she was, and then when she found out that it was her son, she hung herself, or she hanged herself.
So
right?
she freaked out because she realized she did incest, and he freaked out afterwards.
because the love of his life fucking died. That's what it is. That's why they
but
call
they
it the
both
Oedipus
freaked out
complex.
because of it.
Because I mean, the guy was dirty enough to be all right with fucking his mom.
He didn't know he was fucking his mom.
At the end, he did.
Well, it doesn't matter at that point. It's not like he's the one receiving the
At the
genetic
end, it's like
information.
kind of
He's
like,
trying to
all
bust a
right,
nut.
2 birds, 1 fucking stone kind of shit for this guy, right?
Yeah, he's just trying to
So-
bust a fat one, dude.
It's
Get
okay.
off his
He's
back, bro.
busting an alley. It's whatever.
He's been
Scarred from
Incest is
seeing his mom hang
Yeah.
herself. That's what he's scarred from, not the
Yeah, that's
fact
a
that he
normal-
was fucking his
that's
mom.
a normal reaction. When your mom
Like
kills
stabbing
his,
your eyes out.
yeah.
Yeah, stab.
It's a normal reaction when your mom
Like,
dies.
oh, I'm fucking her. That's fine, but she's dead now. Oh shit, I gotta go blind.
But you can only do that if you're fucking her. If you're not fucking her and you
Hey,
stab
look,
your eyes
it
out.
took him some time to process.
You
So
know-
he realized it happened. He
Just
had to
like
think
Trump
about
said.
it. When he realized it, then he was like, "Oh shit, I did something wrong."
It's just like Trump said, you know, when you get to the point where you're famous enough, you can grab him by the pussy.
It's just
Yeah.
like Trump said, if his
That's what Oedipus
daughter,
did.
if it was cool to sleep with his daughter, he'd do it.
It's not bad.
We did
It
have
is.
we did have a good zingers from "Fucks Your Mother and Won't Apologize," on your girlfriend, on your ex. So
That was
had
really
chefs
good
in
content.
maybe we'll leave that in.
What?
With the beginning part of the podcast that we cut out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking
Cut
shit
out.
about my ex.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'll do what you want with that.
I'll leave it in.
Wait, which ex are you talking about? Fucking
Star head ass.
The
It's
stripper.
the different ex I was talking about.
Which
Oh.
you've dated 2 strippers now?
No. Oh, Jesus Christ. No, I've only
He
dated
got you
one.
there.
Only dated one.
It's just one, man.
Yeah, fuck
God.
that.
Was she a hot stripper though?
Were you in love with her?
She was okay.
Yeah, she was a little too tall for me. She was like,
Hey, you know, I'm a tall guy, so
You are tall.
Heights,
Yeah.
like
Is she
not a
Russian?
limit.
she was
What's the
super
deal?
skinny. Like she was like this blonde white
What,
bitch.
what country was she kidnapped from?
Lithuania,
Czechoslovakia.
Czechoslovakia.
Croatia.
Did she come in Melania's crew, like in the same
You know what?
box?
She might have been like Czech. You never know.
Eastern European comes from.
Did she give you a number to order another one if you have a friend who's interested?
Did you get her in the mail? Did she like come in a box? You know, you had to like cut
They
open the
poke holes
box.
in it, or was she dead when
Did
she
the Russian
arrived?
prince tell you about it first?
What kind of
Yeah, the
fucked
Russian
up
prince?
shit are you all imagining?
Was it
about
a
my fucking
Nigerian prince
exes?
that
Was the
sold it
prince
to you?
Nigerian
Prince, yeah.
or Russian? Because you might be in some deep
Was
shit.
her
if it was
father's
a
name
Russian guy.
Vladimir? Like, what are we doing here?
Vladimir, Peter, maybe Oleg.
I don't
Whatever
know.
that guy from Taken was called.
Liam
Fucking,
Neeson.
No, not Liam Neeson. The fucking people who were kidnapping them head ass.
Oh, I don't know who
Why
they
would
are.
Liam Neeson be selling people? He does the opposite, man.
yeah.
Sawing
I will
people.
find you.
Selling people.
He does the opposite of selling.
Selling
He
hoes,
buys them.
He buys them.
That's
yeah.
the opposite of selling people.
On the corner, man.
He buys
Yeah,
them
I
so that he
mean,
can bring them back
What
and
he
sell them
doesn't
in
realize
America.
is his daughter's basically using him for her coke habits. She's
Yep.
like, "Hey, I want to go to France, snort a bunch of fucking coke."
For free
Oh,
because they
shit.
think they're getting me addicted to it. Haha,
And
jokes
then
on
it's
them. I'm
like,
already
oh,
a
shit.
cokehead.
Now they're trying to prostitute me, daddy. And then this motherfucker comes through. He's like, "I got like a set of skills. Like, I'm gonna fucking find you, bro." And then this weird
butchered
shit
it.
of a fucking movie came out with 3 fucking like.
Didn't Gerard Butler do that?
It was 3 It was a series of fucking movies that had
3 movies,
no
yeah.
point. No, the third one I refuse to watch. Second one was terrible enough. It was like, yeah, that was my son you murdered.
Oh no, bro, Taken is fire.
So
The second one was pretty bad.
So
The
you're telling me
third one
his,
was
his kids have
horrible.
like
No,
weird.
the third one, didn't his wife get murdered in the third
Yeah,
one?
his wife gets murdered in the third
They have,
one.
like,
It's-
kidnapping
that makes it more
fetishes?
interesting.
You're telling me
it's
his kids
not.
have kidnapping
They try to
fetishes.
link it back to some guy from the first movie and just
Yeah, they
fail.
link it back to her ex-husband.
Yeah,
like
but-
her husband. Her husband at the time.
done so horribly, and the villain is just so like dumb.
Ooh, horribly.
So you're telling me that the third one sucked?
Yeah, that's what
All
I
Alright,
said.
suck.
guys, we gotta dip the fuck out of
They
here.
all sucked.
Goodbye, y'all.
Yeah, fuck
This
off.
is Chef. I'll fuck your mom and not apologize. Signing out.
I'm
This is
really
my
glad
podcast.
that
I
we
do the
recorded this hour
fucking
and wasted
sign
my
out.
time just to fucking
No one
have.
does that. No one
no
does
shit.
a fucking sign out.
We don't do
The fuck
sign
is
outs
wrong
here.
with you?
We just stop in
Leave
the
a
fucking
cold
middle
close.
of sentences because we like to get our point across and make sure